Being one of the most influential and ambitious alternative rock bands of the 2000s is a surefire way to get yourself acquainted with controversy. Just ask My Chemical Romance. Throughout their career, they have been the subject of drama numerous times, from parents freaking out about them, to their decision to distance themselves from the scene they've emerged from, to their breakup in 2013. There are a lot of sticky issues that arise when the name comes up. But there are a couple of less talked about issues that usually only hardcore fans bring up, and one of them is the subject of that one song from that one less talked about album that has garnered a reputation for being cursed. If you're a big MCR fan, you probably already know what I'm talking about. Drowning Lessons, track 4 of their debut album, I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. A song which coincidentally also happens to be my favorite MCR song, and a true oddity in many ways in their discography. Not that their discography lacks oddities, but that's one of the major ones. So, what's so cursed about Drowning Lessons anyway? Well, there are a couple of things to note. One is that they simply don't play it live. It has been performed live only a few times, and recordings of those performances are known to be rare. Gerard Way has stated since that, quote, just various stuff would go wrong. Everything from starting the song at different times, to amps and drums breaking. It was also too personal for me to want to sing it live, end quote. Some speculate that these mishaps might be due to the wild nature of MCR's earlier days.
We're gonna round this party up, we're gonna do some more shit, we're gonna rock the out, we're gonna go home. We're gonna have a good time, we're gonna egg some houses and smash some pumpkins. Can you dim the lights for this one, please?
Seeing a lot of these old performances, it's pretty clear that they are a far cry from the much cleaner, stylized and just generally more put together live shows of their later career. Yep, there was a time when My Chemical Romance was punk rock as all hell, and it shows in these old chaotic shows in tiny venues, where it's pretty clear that Gerard Way is mad wasted like the whole time. Just something that's worth taking into account here. Drowning Lessons is also notably missing from subsequent compilations and such, despite the inclusion of many other tracks from Bullets, including demos and live versions and such. I mean, come on, you could have thrown us a bone here, come on. But let's take a closer look at the song itself for a second. First, you must be familiar with the plot of the album. It's about a man who makes a deal with the devil to get his dead lover back by killing 1,000 evil men and trading their souls in exchange for her. This particular song is about the man's experience of guilt over the death of his lover and how it manifests in him reliving the day he lost her over and over again. In the song, the man fantasizes about marrying his lover and shows that he is determined to follow through on his deal with the devil in order to prove his love to her. Now, remember, Gerard said this was a very personal song to him, and coincidentally, it's perhaps the most emo song My Chemical Romance has ever written. It's quite emo both lyrically, judging by the diary-like lyrics dramatizing interpersonal relationships, and musically, judging by the bittersweet punk rock style of the track and the expressive vocal delivery, which utilizes shouting and screaming. Hell, Gerard himself has made a comparison between it and Saves the Day, them being of course one of the most influential bands for the early 2000s emo explosion. The question of MCR's emo-ness is a hot topic among fans of both them and the emo scene as a whole, and you can debate that, but Drowning Lessons in particular is just emo as fuck! And I think that's another bullet point on the list of why aren't they giving this song any love. So, is Drowning Lessons actually cursed? Probably not, but it might as well be, seeing that the band has just so many reasons not to play or include it in releases anymore. Curses aren't really a thing, obviously, but the power of myth is a very real thing, and this whole subject reflects that in my opinion. Just a little something to think about. Anyway, thanks for tuning in for this late night broadcast. I have been Eden Suki of Not Aiming for the Truck, and I'm gonna go to bed now. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, and have a good one. Good night.